Hey guys, welcome to my number 2 movie thoughts. Because as stated in the last video, these aren't very professional. I can't call them reviews. I'm not movically trained to give reviews, so I'm just doing my thoughts on what I thought of this. In particular, this is the ViaVision, their new range of Imprint, what they call Imprint. These are new boutique label of Blu-rays, and again, I believe this is the first time on Blu-ray in the world. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off what I remember reading, maybe what I think I remember reading. But it's definitely at least first time in Australia, so that's awesome. I don't know if we get many firsts when it comes to like Blu-rays and certain movies coming out in certain releases and stuff like that. Sure, we might get certain variations, but not, the first time in the world sort of thing. So that's really cool. This one is called Sorry Wrong Number, with Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster. Heard of Burt Lancaster before, haven't heard of Barbara Stanwyck. I'm sure I'll see more of her with these older films. This one is from 1948, goes for an hour and 28 minutes. Now, this is a black and white film, and it's a really classic film noir sort of mystery, sort of like thriller, and I absolutely love this movie. It was really awesome. It was kind of a little bit hard to follow at first, but once it sort of got into the story, after maybe of about 20 minutes, you could really sort of get an idea of what's going on. And this Sheila here, she receives a phone call. She's an invalid in bed, which you don't really find out till a little bit in the film. Not really a spoiler, but she's sick, and she waiting for a phone call from her husband, and she gets calls the operator to connect her to her husband. She gets like cross-contamination or cross-call or something like that with somebody else's line, and she hears that there's going to be a murder, and then it just all goes to shit from there. So she hears these two guys talking about murdering someone at 11:15 at night. So I'm not sure exactly what time she hears that call, maybe around about 9 o'clock, say, at night time. But she calls the police, she calls the operator back to make a complaint that someone's going to get murdered. She calls all these things, and then all this whole time she's trying to get in contact with her husband because he hasn't come back from work. So it goes into flashback scenes about how they met, and then it goes into flashback scenes of her husband talking to a doctor, and then within that flashback scene they go to another flashback scene of even further back in time, and it is a little bit all over the shop, but if you're sitting down and watching it, it actually isn't too bad to follow, and I really like the way they do that. And they had the awesome camera shots that they do. Like, it was just, you don't see that sort of filmmaking anymore, and I guess that back then they were possibly limited with what they could do. And a lot of the scenes are one shot. Same with the movie previously, War of the Worlds. A lot of the scenes were shot in just one take. And for all the background characters and the foreground characters, the main characters all stay in character, and doing that is it's awesome. It's really cool. But you're following basically Barbara Stanwyck's character. I forget her name. Names aren't important. But you follow her throughout the night, making all these different phone calls, trying to find out where her husband is and what sort of shady dealings he's been up to. You find out he's been doing some shady shit. And then you follow her descent into madness, and her just mental well-being and her mental state just crumbles right in front of your eyes, and you kind of feel bad for her, but then you kind of don't. But it's just a really cool. Well, the one when it ended, it was just a really cool ending. I just was very surprised actually in the ending of this film, and I think it was a pretty good ending. The special features with this, there's a ton on this one. So it's only a 1080p presentation of the film, and it actually looked pretty good. It had the black lines on the left and right side of the film, which you don't get, but it wasn't 4:3. It was a really weird aspect ratio, and it doesn't actually say on here what the actual aspect ratio is, and I don't understand enough about those to work out what they were, but it wasn't 4:3 aspect ratio. It was a really weird black line shape, but it's certainly watchable. No qualms there. It looked good. It looked really good. It was a bit blurry in some cases, like in some bits, and there was actually a scene. Oh, was it this one? Was it the other one? Might have been. No, it might have been this one where it went really grainy at one point, like it was almost VHS quality or DVD quality. I'm pretty sure it was this film. So the transfer wasn't 100%, but it's certainly certainly watchable. That's for sure. Special features on this. There's one commentary. There's a little introduction to the film by historian Eddie Mueller. The making of Sorry Wrong Number. Radio theatre from of this, so I guess another radio show. And it actually has Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster doing the broadcast from 1950, so that's pretty cool. And another radio play filmed in 2009 from the USA. So that's pretty cool. Again, I haven't watched any of the special features. I'll probably check them out at some point. That radio play actually sounds really cool. From 2009, and more sort of up to date. I don't know if it's an up to date version of the script or they're just redoing the script in 2009, like the exact same one. But yeah, definitely, I think this is a fantastic release from Imprint. I'm glad they did it because I'd never really heard of it. I thought I had heard of it, but I've certainly never seen it. And it's definitely the sort of film that I wouldn't really. That I want to see more of, that I hope that they do more of. I know they've released another 5, but I can't remember what they are. But yeah, this is ViaVision's Imprint Boutique Blu-ray range, number 2, and I believe my copy of this film is disc 2068 out of however many. Yeah, check it out.